Now, understand Donald John Trump is the one who made these actions necessary. He broke the law. He sold his office for personal gain. And you're gonna hear a lot of bullshit. You're gonna hear, I'm not sure how. There's Brittany. Hi, Brittany. You're gonna hear a lot of people say a lot of fucked up things. And the thing is that none of them are going to be true. You'll have to decide who you want to believe. And let's see here. Let's try to, without getting so close to you guys. Sorry about that. But it's a very sad day. We just impeached the 45th president of the United States. And it's only the third time in history that a sitting president has been impeached. If I don't seem happy about it and I don't seem excited about it, it's because I'm not. This makes our country look very weak. Madonna. Wonder what Madonna would say. You know, and it's cold as hell here in Dallas, Texas. The sad fact is that we have a corrupt administration in the White House right now, followed by a bunch of cowards as senators and in the GOP. It's like they have come in and in the middle of the night, everybody has just stopped. They're not with the reality of actually what is going on. And, Donald Trump right now is holding a rally where he's saying that he doesn't really care about any of this. If you're just joining us, I'm John Hollywood, your host of All You Need to Know Radio, heard exclusively live on Blog Talk Radio every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Tomorrow night, we will talk about the impeachment process, but very, not very much, just because I'm personally tired of talking about this guy. Sadly, this is a rubber stamp of the impeachment. It's not going to mean anything except everybody says, well, then why did you go through with it? Well, we went through with it because of the fact that the sitting president of the United States caused hundreds of people to be murdered and slaughtered because he refused aid to them, which had been approved by Congress months earlier, because he wanted them to open an investigation into the Bidens, because he felt like Joe Biden, and still feels like Joe Biden, is going to be his contender in 2020. And see, Donald Trump cannot win anything without cheating. He did not win the 2016 election legitimately. He's not a legitimate president. Russia helped him get elected. Why did Russia help him get elected? They helped him get elected because of the fact that he owes Russia a lot of money. Donald Trump has filed bankruptcy 4 different times. And he thinks he is above the law. Today, the House of Representatives, Nancy Pelosi, I have to say my hat goes off to her, because she and all the Democrat women wore black so that everybody understood this is not a celebration. Guys, this is not good for our country. Whether we like Donald Trump or we hate Donald Trump or we hate his policies and procedures, that's not what this is about. Even though the Republicans, if you go back and look, and what history will show, is that never once did anyone say Donald Trump didn't do this. They never once said he didn't do it. They just said it wasn't enough for him to be impeached over. Hundreds of people being murdered and slaughtered because Donald Trump was basically blackmailing the leader of a foreign country with money that was not his. He thinks he is a king. He's far from it. Now, once again, what is going to happen from here is not really that much. I mean, what happens from here is that, look over here on our Tumblr page. Remember, you can follow us on All You Need to Know Radio on Twitter, on Instagram. You can pretty much follow us anywhere. And just make sure you tell your friends about us. You know, we want to know what you think. We definitely want you to be telling your friends about us. And remember, tomorrow night, Thursday night, is our final show for 2019. So hopefully you won't be disappointed. In fact, I know you won't be. Excuse me, guys. See? Live show. Or live transparency. Wow. It's kind of cold here in the studio right now. But let's see if I can find this. And I'm going to throw my computer out the window. It's driving me fucking crazy. So right now, do me a favor. If you think Donald Trump should have been impeached, hit your like button. Show me some love. Tell me whether or not you think he should have been impeached. And excuse me for a minute. Let me know. What do you think? I mean, is hundreds of people being killed not enough? I think it's enough. The reason that it's cold in here. The reason that I'm not happy and I'm not excited is this is not a good time for our country. I mean, this makes our country look weak. We are supposed to be the country that everybody else looks up to. And right now, that's not who we are. Seriously, this thing is really about to make me mad. Hold on. I'm about to outwit it, though. I am about to outwit it, I promise. Maybe. I don't know why it's not working. Anyway, on the front lines of everywhere, you can see Trump impeached. Trump impeached. You see it? It's everywhere. That's the cover of the front page of CNN. It's the front page of CNN. And I know why. It's just because, let's see if I can get to come up on this other computer. Because I think what was happening was, no, it's going to make me go through all these hoops. The next thing that happens, this goes to the Senate, okay? And when it goes to the Senate, we'll see exactly what happens. I just can't even with this thing. It's supposed to go to the Senate. And the Senate is supposed to, God bless, man. Excuse me, guys. I apologize. But the Senate is supposed to now have a trial. So think of the House as the investigators that are putting the charges together, and then they go to the actual whole entire House, and they're like the grand jury, and they present the evidence to the grand jury, which is basically the entire body of the House of Representatives. And after almost 13 hours of over and over testimony, the Republicans never once said Donald Trump didn't do this. They just said that it wasn't enough for him to be impeached. So now, for the rest of Donald Trump's life, on his record is a stain that he is only the third president in the history of this country to be impeached. The only sitting president, the third only sitting president to be impeached. Donald Trump was charged with abuse of power, which was withholding the aid, and he was held with contempt of Congress, which was because he told other people to ignore subpoenas and did not turn over one document to defend himself. And what was real interesting about this whole case was that Donald Trump actually had the attorney that showed up to represent Donald Trump actually brought all of his law books in a Whole Foods bag. Now, Donald Trump is the most powerful man in the world. That's all he could get to represent him. It doesn't surprise me, because to go and represent Donald Trump would be one of the, if I was an attorney, and I'm not an attorney, I would not take Donald Trump on as a client. He doesn't listen to you. He lies to you. And today he has forced our House of Representatives, which, like I told you before, to recap, I'm John Hollywood, the host of All You Need to Know Radio. And it's a very sad and somber day in this country. It really is. So you should not be happy about today in the least. It's a sad day. Now, it's a great day for democracy. So it's a sad day for our country that we had to impeach a president, which, by the way, he forced. He was impeached because of his actions, no one else's actions. So don't let anyone try to make you feel like he's the victim. He's no victim. Donald Trump has never been a victim in his life. He's always been the one that has been victimizing people. And today, like Dana Bash from CNN said, today he is probably the only day Donald Trump has ever paid a price for what he did. So, justice was served. And as I said, this is a great day for America. It is not a great day for the country. It is a great day for democracy. Our system worked. We have a corrupt man in the White House. He's been impeached. Now we see if the Senate has the balls and the guts to not be Donald Trump's kiss-ass team, which that's all they've been since day one, to see if they're actually going to enforce the impeachment. What we are hearing is Lindsey Graham, which please make sure you vote against Lindsey Graham in 2020, and Mitch McConnell. They're both up for re-election, and we need them both out of office because they're not good for America. They're not working for America. They are working for Donald Trump. And Donald Trump, remember, as much as he doesn't want to remember, he works for us. He works for us. Let's turn this a little bit fun. And, yeah. Let me get to it real quick. It's kind of cool. I like this right here. So, Donald Trump works for us. I think we needed to make this a little fun. And he's been impeached and the third only president to be impeached in the history of our country. And he's at a rally celebrating the fact he's been impeached. That's just what a moron this guy is. I mean, I think that the last straw for Nancy Pelosi was when Donald Trump said the Second Amendment gave him the authority to do anything he wanted to do, and there was nothing anyone could do about it. Well, you cannot let that go without responding to that. You just can't do it. You have to make them understand there are consequences to actions, and those actions will be an impeachment. And so now this goes to the Senate. I'm John Hollywood, your host of All You Need to Know Radio. If you're just joining us, hi, there's a lot of people that are on here with me. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to say hi to all of you guys. I'm just going to say much love to you guys. Tomorrow night is our final show of the year 2019. Believe it or not, this year is coming to a close. And it couldn't come fast enough. There's going to be a lot of exciting things happen in 2020. we have to make sure there were two Democrats that actually voted against the impeachment. Those two Democrats need to be removed from office because, and understand, we're not being bitter with those people, but those people did not vote their constitutional rights. They voted for they voted for the party over their country, and they voted for the other party. Those people don't need to be Democrats. Justin Amash, love that guy. Wish he would run against Donald Trump. I think he could beat him. So now begins the next phase of this. And if you think Donald Trump was a lunatic psycho, as he wrote a 6-page, scathing, misspelled, mispunctuated, just awful letter on White House letterhead of the most powerful office in the world, and all he did was trash the Speaker of the House. Talked about her teeth falling out. The guy is just, maybe his teeth are falling out because he's so transparent, you just can't believe it. Seriously, he's that transparent. Our show tomorrow night, we're going to talk about the FISA warrants that were obtained during the 2016 election. We're going to have some comments from James Comey. We are going to be going over that because a FISA warrant is supposed to be something very, very hard to get. A FISA warrant basically is giving the government the authority and privilege to basically spy on you, basically, and they're trying to they're taking away from you your right to freedom because they believe you've broken the law and therefore you don't get it. So I want to invite you guys to listen to our last show of 2019 live on Blog Talk Radio. Go to Facebook at All You Need to Know Radio, Twitter, All Need to Know Radio, Instagram, All You Need to Know Radio, Tumblr, All You Need to Know Radio, and follow us on all our social media, okay? We've had an incredible following this entire year. It's just shot up through the roof. And that's great. We are so excited there are so many people listening. Join us live tomorrow night. And do not celebrate tonight. Tonight was not a celebration. Tonight is a sad day in our country. Tonight, we chose to impeach the 45th president of the United States and hold him accountable. But it makes our country look weak. We are not. As I sign off, I'm going to sign off differently than I ever have. God bless everyone in America, and may God bless the United States of America. We need it. Good night.